In 1982, the movie Tron changed the lives of countless filmmakers, inspiring a generation of future computer geniuses who saw in it the power and possibilities of a form of storytelling that had, up till then, been largely regarded as impossible at best and cheating at worst. But Tron was only a modest success at the box office, so Disney never did anything else with it. That changed in 2010 when Disney, eager for an existing IP with name recognition to mine for money, realized they had Tron sitting in their archives, and people liked it. They allowed first-time director Joseph Kosinski to make a test teaser, and it set the internet on fire. So they greenlit a movie, fully expecting to launch a new blockbuster mega franchise. How did it turn out? 15 years later, Disney's just gotten around to making another Tron sequel. This is Giant Freaking Robot, and before you see Tron Ares, we're going to find out why Tron Legacy failed. Nerds on the internet who'd spent decades lauding the original 1982 Tron movie were convinced Tron Legacy would be huge. Their enthusiasm even convinced Disney, who went to work with a splashy marketing campaign. A campaign which in 2010 culminated in one of the coolest promotional stunts ever pulled off at the San Diego Comic-Con. Disney converted a downtown building into a living replica of Flynn's Arcade, complete with a secret entrance behind the Tron machine. Behind it, a long hallway took patrons into the computer world and the infamous End-of-Line Club, which, a few months later, fans would see on screen in Tron Legacy. Comic-Con attendees went crazy for it. Disney probably thought they had a huge hit on their hands. One problem, though. No one outside of the Comic-Con crowd cared much about Tron, and in order to get the average moviegoer, Tron Legacy was going to have to be one hell of a movie. It wasn't that movie. Tron Legacy opened at number 1 with a modest $44 million, but that number plummeted 57% in its second week. And while it did end up making a modest profit thanks to international markets, the movie was far from a big hit by Disney standards. Critics had a similarly mixed reaction to the movie, praising its music and visuals but questioning the script.
I do like Tron Legacy. I think it's a fun movie to watch. Not the best movie ever made, but I do think that the biggest problems I have with it story-wise are just it needs to pick a lane.
And so Disney took its modest profit and moved on. There were a couple of really fun video games and an excellent animated series called Tron Uprising, but as a franchise, Tron was basically considered done. What went wrong? First, it must be said that Tron Legacy tries hard. In an era of lazy filmmaking, there's nothing lazy about Tron Legacy. It's entertaining and, for better or worse, far more accessible to casual audiences than the original Tron ever was.
Bum, 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 Tron.
It starts in the real world where, in the now-forgotten theatrical version, director Joseph Kosinski staked a claim as one of the first filmmakers to actually attempt using 3D as a storytelling device. Think of that moment in The Wizard of Oz when Dorothy steps out of her sepia-toned world into the Technicolor Oz, and you'll understand what Kosinski attempted. The real world of his movie was presented entirely in 2D, and it's only when the story entered the computer world that the film's 3D kicked in. The 2D world was as gritty and brown as the 3D computer world is slick and filled with sharp contrast. In the 2D real world, we meet Sam Flynn, played by Garrett Hedlund, whose genius father Kevin Flynn, still played by the great Jeff Bridges, has been missing for decades. Kevin's old friend Alan, still played by the also great Bruce Boxleitner.
I was paged last night.
Oh man, still rocking the pager. Good for you.
Tells Sam he received a page from his father's former office, and so Sam goes snooping around, discovers one of his father's computer programs running, and wakes up in a fantasy world full of lights and self-aware computer programs. And that's where the movie makes its first big error, because we never see how Sam gets into the computer world, and so we never get the sense that he's actually gone anywhere. It's one of the best and most fun scenes in the original Tron movie. And seeing that computer world re-entry redone with modern technology should have been one of Tron Legacy's chief delights. It's not there, and it wasn't done for budget reasons. Kosinski did it on purpose because he felt it was more fun to be mysterious. So instead of showing, we're told Sam is in the grid, the world inside your computer as seen from the inside.
He actually did it.
We're told that, but it never truly feels like it. There's no tangible connection made between the fantasy world of flashing lights Sam Flynn ends up running around in and actual computers. While the original Tron was filled with all sorts of fun computing references,
Positive and negative, huh? You're a bit.
Legacy ignores them. Kosinski's decision to skip making those connections between what we see on screen and the data running around inside our PCs was likely intended to make the film more accessible to people who might be confused by references to bits or by characters who say they're accounting programs.
This is all a mistake. I'm just a compound interest program.
By removing that element, the story loses something. The problem is made worse by the script, which soon devolves into needless mumbo-jumbo about miracle life forms and a story that boils down to generic computer fascists. The broad strokes of what Sam Flynn finds inside this flashing light fantasy world don't fit together. Luckily, nearly everything else about this movie does. Sam is quickly reunited with his father, Kevin, who has been trapped in the computer world he created.
Science, philosophy, every idea man has ever had about the universe up for grabs. Biodigital jazz, man.
There's a bad guy named Clue, also played by Bridges, and he seems like a good idea that's never fully executed thanks to the movie's awkward plot.
Am I still to create the perfect system? Yeah.
Tron is also there, sort of,
Combatant 3 versus Renslow.
but the character's so badly handled many audience members walked out of the movie wondering why Tron wasn't in the Tron movie.
I fight for the users.
Tron Legacy is the movie that launched Olivia Wilde to stardom. She steals scenes as Cora, a sort of Flynn superfan turned plucky girl sidekick.
Do you know Jules Verne?
Sure.
What's he like?
She's instantly lovable, the perfect best friend, even if maybe Hedlund's lifeless character doesn't deserve her.
Obviously not.
If Joseph Kosinski is good at anything, it's making things look cool. When the movie works, when it really works, characters and visuals and sound come together, syncing up to create a cinematic rhythm unlike anything you've ever experienced before.
This is going to be quite a ride.
This experience is best embodied by the End of Line Club, the same club Disney used in their Comic-Con promotion.
Libations for everybody!
It's there that Michael Sheen delivers a scene-stealing performance while playing air guitar on a laser cane. And Daft Punk, who composed the film's stunning, game-changing score, cranks out otherworldly beats as they preside over cocktails and light-powered fight scenes. In that moment, and others like it, everything in Tron Legacy clicks together, and the film moves beyond plot and storytelling to connect directly with your brain. If Kosinski had pulled that off more consistently, maybe Tron Legacy would have been the mega hit Disney wanted. As it is, Tron Legacy's not much more than pretty lights, but those are some very pretty lights. End of line. Want to challenge us to a disc battle? Ride your light cycle into the comments and enter the games. Still believe in the users?
Oh, my user.
Subscribe to our channel for more great content just like this. Until next time, this has been Giant Freakin' Robot.